Well, hello there, and welcome to this video where we're continuing on with this topic, nutrition in humans. Now, in the last video, we left off at the small intestine, right? That was where we saw that digestion was completed and where nutrients were absorbed into the small intestine. So absorption was completed. Now, today we're going to be talking about how then are these nutrients transported to the rest of the body, and then how are the nutrients used? Now, if you remember the word for that, I hope you remember the next stage after absorption. And yes, the next stage is called assimilation, right? Assimilation. And I hope that you remember what it means. You can always refer back to your notes. Assimilation simply is the process where these food substances are used by cells to produce energy and to synthesize new protoplasm. So basically it's the use of the nutrients. Now if you recall, we left off the last time at the small intestine, and we saw that nutrients were absorbed in the small intestine. So in particular, right, we saw that glucose and amino acids were absorbed into, do you remember where? They were absorbed into the blood capillaries. Now, once they're absorbed in the blood capillaries, what happens next? Well, the blood capillaries all unite, they all join together to form this blood vessel here, which transports the glucose and amino acids to the liver. Now, this blood vessel here is very important, and it has a name. It is called the hepatic portal vein, right? The hepatic portal vein. So this brings nutrients from the small intestine, in particular the ileum, to the liver. Now you'll notice two other blood vessels up here. There's the hepatic artery, right? This brings blood from the heart to the liver, so it makes sure that the liver has oxygen from the blood, and the hepatic vein, which brings blood from the liver back to the heart. Alright, so these are the three main blood vessels that you need to know, but the most important is the hepatic portal vein. And as I've already said, blood capillaries that are rich in glucose and amino acids, they will join together to form this vein, and the nutrients will be transported from the small intestine to the liver. So immediately after your meals, this hepatic portal vein is just packed. It is full of nutrients, right? Glucose and amino acids. Now take note, there is no glycerol, there is no fatty acids, right? These are the digested products of fat, and you will not find this in the hepatic portal vein. We'll talk about that a bit later as well. Well, now that glucose has reached our liver, what happens next? Well, it needs to be distributed to the rest of the body's cells. And once it's distributed to them, these cells use it to produce energy. They use glucose to produce energy through respiration. And this is part of the process of assimilation. Now, not all the glucose is used up, right? Some is used up, but there is some excess glucose as well. And this excess glucose is returned to the liver, and it is stored there. And it is converted to glycogen and stored in the liver as glycogen, which, if you remember, is made up of many units of glucose and is branched. Alright, hopefully you remember that point. So what about the amino acids then? Well, the amino acids arrive in the liver, again from the hepatic portal vein, and they too are distributed to the rest of the body to be assimilated, to be used by body cells to make new protoplasm, to make new enzymes. So again, this is assimilation. In the same way, there might be some excess amino acids, and these are returned to the liver, taken back, to be deaminated. And we're going to see what deaminated means in our next video. So we've talked about glucose, We've talked about amino acids. Now how about fats? I would like you to go back and read your textbook and find out how are fats distributed, what are they used for, and what happens to the excess. Alright, that's all for this video. Happy reading!